The 6 women allege Cato Buss, the interim assistant dean for the College of Fine Arts and Design, sexually harassed them for years. Buss still maintains his title of interim assistant dean, but he is not listed as an instructor for any courses on UCO's self-guided enrollment and registration website. In the documents, a UCO professor claims the university purposefully demoted her from a program head position out of retaliation for her involvement in the claims against Buss. And in separate court documents, UCO denies these claims.
The plaintiffs responded to UCO's dismissal request, stating that UCO's motion should be denied. UCO stating in court documents filed in response to the plaintiffs' complaints that the women's claims, quote, fail as a matter of law. In its response, UCO says in part the plaintiffs' complaints are long on storytelling devices, conjecture and supposition, but woefully thin on substantive facts. UCO professor Emily Hugatter claims in court documents she was demoted for her involvement in the allegations, but UCO denies this. At one point, Hugatter functioned as a go-between for Buss and a student who filed a Title IX complaint against him. In court documents, UCO admits that Buss did have a relationship with one of the plaintiffs in 2017, but UCO denies knowing about it at the time, saying the plaintiff tried to hide the relationship. And back here on campus, theater students are saying they feel that UCO isn't listening to their concerns.
We just wanted some kind of accountability for being left completely in the dark for 3 months, especially after we had friends leave the university because they didn't feel safe or comfortable continuing, and we had a professor leave, and we just really were lost, and we didn't get any kind of road back to even a slight sense of normalcy.
Adams says at least 10 theater students left the university after the allegations against Buss arose.
A lot of people who left don't regret leaving necessarily, but they're sad that they left because they may have stayed, or that would have changed their decision had they known that Dr. Buss was not going to be involved in anything this semester.
Adams says UCO brought them together for a majors meeting to address students' concerns about the allegations against Buss, but says students still feel like they're in the dark.
And after the majors meeting, it just felt like we still didn't have any answers. There wasn't any trust built back from the school and really within our department because they can't say anything, and they may have gone about the wrong way of letting us know that they couldn't say anything, waiting until the majors meeting, which was, a good half a week into the school year.
Adams isn't alone in saying that UCO isn't responding to her concerns. Miranda Lopresti, a former UCO student who left after the allegations, says,
I pretty much stopped attending after the news broke and nothing was said. So I pretty much said, I'm not funding an administration who refuses to take any sort of accountability and who refuses to respect those who are paying them, which would be the students through their tuition. The frustrating part came from the fact that faculty on the UCO theater page would continue to post as if nothing were happening. They'd be posting things about how the Fringe Festival was happening. They were posting about auditions that were being held.
And Lopresti says issues of sexual misconduct are all too common in theater.
On top of that, because of the nature of theater, it's a very vulnerable position to be in. Even within things like Broadway, this has been a problem. Every year we receive news that some director, some choreographer has been mishandling their conduct.
An online petition was created in May calling for the permanent removal of Buss. The petition has received over 1,100 signatures. Adams also took on her own form of silent protesting at the majors meeting, creating a shirt that says, "Stop protecting abusers."
I was thinking, what can I personally do as a student that is using my voice, but not in a way being disruptive of a new school year and new freshmen who have no idea what's going on.
And Adams says there are no concrete plans for students to protest against the university, but says students aren't ruling it out.
And I'm sure that if we don't have any kind of answers, there will be some form of outcry, because we deserve those answers, not just because we're students and we deserve to know what our university is planning as far as dealing with abusers. We have the right to know because it's our department. It was our house really where this happened, and so we as people who are living and giving such vulnerability to this department deserve to know what's going on.
Now, I did reach out to UCO, the university, saying, to students who have expressed concerns, we hear you, we acknowledge your concerns, and they are being considered. However, due to active litigation, we cannot comment further or provide details. I also reached out to Cato Bus 4 weeks ago, and I have not heard back from him. In the studio, Dylan Stieber, News Central News.